Man, you know we got to give our Wednesday morning salute. What's going on,
Oh,
everyone?
yes,
Welcome to the
sir.
Devo and Kris Joe show. We back at it. I know last week we had off. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope everyone had a great Easter as well. Got to spend it with their family and friends. Joe, we got a lot of shit to talk about, bro. I mean, we got a lot of shit that is going on in the program. Not only Syracuse, but just college basketball in general. I mean, we knew it was coming. The changing of the guard, right? You know, everyone's going to get paid, but it feels like it's came at us like 100 miles per hour, bro. And
Oh,
we're
yeah.
kind of we're dealing with it now. I mean, we see the Jesse news. Let's just hop right into it. So for me, you know, I've heard he was offered a certain number from Syracuse, a good amount. If you heard the number, you know, high six figures. If you heard the number, anyone heard it, they'd be like, "Damn, all right, yeah, I'm good with that." And then you got, you know, some other guys, some big boys I've heard jumping in, and they're lifting that number anywhere from 300 to 400,000 more than Syracuse offered. So my first question for you, Joe, is this: can you blame the kids nowadays? Even if you were, you know, going back, Jesse, he was a 4-year guy at Cuse. Cuse developed him from really not being anything to, you know, a star player in the ACC and a well-known name. But can you blame these kids now for getting, you know, that amount of money thrown in their face and leaving? Right? Or are we going to talk about the loyalty thing and how that comes into play? Because for me, Joe, I'm a loyal dude, but it's loyalty to a fault when you're getting offered, and let's just say I heard a number 700,000, right? If you're getting that type of number, that's life changing money, bro. We talk about sports
It is.
one day you could be out there, you could tear your ACL, you could break your ankle. You know what I mean? Anything could happen. You could be done right there. So to have that nest egg, bro, that's life changing money, man. And you asking me, I can't blame the kids, man. It's nowadays in college basketball. First and foremost, what do you got to get? What do you got to secure? Secure
Yep.
that fucking NIL bag. That's what it's about now, Joe. I mean, what you think about the situation with Jesse?
Crazy situation because last week we didn't have a show, but we were supposed to come on here and speak on the fact that he was coming back. You know, I'm sure everybody saw the great picture that was going around where they watched the NCAA finals as a team at where was that? Maybe it was Prime. Not sure where that
Yeah.
was, but you know, Jesse was photoed in there, and everyone was like, "Oh shit, Jesse's coming back." Because until that point, it was kind of like we didn't know. So I'm thinking at that point he felt comfortable with the figure that was thrown at him, which anybody would.
Yeah.
Let's just be clear. Until you know another bidder comes in and you know throws another number at you. And you spoke about loyalty, and that was my question, right? Was how does it ever come back to loyalty when you think of a kid who, like Jesse, was a 1-star recruit, probably. You know what I mean? Like they found him in the Netherlands, and he wasn't able to really walk and chew gum at the same time.
And now he's a baby deer.
To now, yeah, you know, and now, shit, he transformed into a great player under Boeheim and Griff and Red and Mac. To now where he has the leverage. And at the end of the day, this is the power that you like to see kids have in the league
No
when you
doubt.
become a professional, where you have the power to kind of, you know, make your own narratives, you know what I'm saying, and how you want things to go, because, you know, the players is what makes the game at the end of the day. And so to see Jesse come out and make that decision, and we don't know what the decision is based off of, right? Like you mentioned, you could tear your ACL, you'd be out for a year. Next year is supposed to be his professional year. No matter what happens, if you do get that high 6-figure number, tear your ACL or not, you're going to get that money. So to me, it's kind of like, bro, I'm really in between. It's a double-edged sword for me because, like you said, yes, you could be loyal, but at the end of the day, you got to do what's best for you and your family. Now, and securing NIL money is something that every university knows now. They got to go find some money for these recruits, because we mentioned it last year, this year. And these are the questions that are going to be asked in, on recruiting trips, but not only but more so by the parent than the kid, right?
Yeah.
This is something where I need to be secure. Like, hey, it's a business now. You don't gotta wait till the pros to become a pro, because now you're giving these kids so much money. That's how they're coming to the table. Negotiations have to happen quite early. So for me to hear that he's leaving based off what the number that I heard he would be getting, kind of a no brainer. You know what I mean? Myself, and it's hard to say that I would stay too, bro. If I was in a position where I did my 4 years, all
I'm
you're
out.
granted is 4 years at a university, bro. So now
I'm
in my
out.
last year, I'm out of there. You know what I'm
I'm
saying? If you've
out.
given me that much more money, that much more, it's one thing. Okay, if the numbers were similar. If a team was, you know, offer me the same thing as Syracuse, I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, I'm here, I'm making the same money. I've started something for myself here. I know the coaches, the city, the fan base is great. I'm staying. I'm cool. But if you're offering me, 2 times more than what I'm supposed to be making, yeah, I'm gone. I did my 4 years. I appreciate you guys for what you've helped me become as far as a basketball player goes.
A lot of thank yous. A lot of thank yous.
A lot of thank yous. A lot. Like, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm grateful. But guess what? I'm also grateful for this bag. You know what I mean?
Man,
So,
listen.
look, so I get it. I get it from a kid's standpoint. I do get it. And shit, at the end of the day, he's entering the portal. Doesn't mean that he leaves. I know I could, you got to play devil's advocate. You got to
Oh
leave
no,
hope.
he out. He
You
out.
got to leave.
He out. He said it. He out. He out. He out. He out. He ain't
Okay,
coming back.
he out of there.
He out.
Okay, shit, he ain't coming
He
back.
out.
Hey, so say your
Nah.
thank yous. Many thanks to you from the fan point, from me. Thank you, Jesse, for what you did. Your growth as a player has been tremendous to watch. I'm hoping that the fans could take that same approach. But now that leads to question number 2, right? And I'm gonna ask you this: if we didn't have enough money to pay Jesse, who will we have enough money to pay? As far as recruits coming in, as far as a kid like
That's
Judah,
a good
Judah wanted to come back to school, so now it's like,
JJ
now Judah,
Starlin.
for example, JJ Starlin, Benny, whoever it is, but let's just talk about Judah. He's entered his name into the draft process. Rightfully so. He wants to see how well he could do, and compare and contrast. Get some feedback, like we mentioned a couple of weeks ago, which is a great thing to do. Assuming that if you have that option to come back to school. Now, let's just think he goes through the process, and things he doesn't like what he's hearing. Let's just hypothetically speaking, and he wants to come back to school. He's obviously going to want to come back to school for an X amount of dollars, and that's just because this is where we
No
are today,
doubt.
the landscape of college basketball. So it's like, if they don't have the money to secure Judah coming back, which is it's fucked up at the end of the day, bro. It is, but it is what it is at the same time.
It is what it is,
And
right?
it is what it is. And so, it's going to be like, damn, I might as well put my name into the portal and see what happens then, because, I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of teams that throw a couple dollars at him as well.
Now the portal closed May 11th, Joe. So I mean, you don't really have. I mean, what they got, like a less than a
You got
month, I
about a
think
month.
now.
Yeah.
You got about a month to make a decision. But I mean, bro, that's a serious question right there. I mean, if the number that Jesse got or was offered, what, 300, 350. If he's obviously doubled that, if somebody else doubled that and leaving, I mean, you think Judah doesn't deserve more than Jesse? I mean, just him being on the draft board and
Based
playing
off
how he played as
potential,
a friend.
like facts.
He's almost 500,000 or more. Like we talk about this kid from Duke who was a guaranteed first round draft pick. Talking about the kid Kyle. I don't know his last name like that, but he was guaranteed first round pick, bro. He's coming back to school next year to play basketball at Duke University. They threw a meal ticket at him. 800 to a mil. It had to be, bro. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is these schools, these Dukes and Kentuckys and Kansas, and maybe these other schools, because they might just have one booster that's like, here, they got buku money. They got all this money
Yo,
to be
bro.
like, what's up?
I'm just laughing at the chat because our guy Tom in here, and it says he heard Jesse was offered 8K. Nah, that's not possible. I don't know for sure,
8K,
but I
man.
gotta
Tom,
say
log
hell
off,
no.
Tom, you got to log off for the day, man.
Oh,
8K, bro, boy.
8K.
If
No,
you,
that'd have been crazy.
I'd have packed my stuff up that day.
Yeah,
That day
yeah.
and
That
ran
was
to the
just funniest
Netherlands.
shit to read.
I'd have swam across to the Netherlands. They offered. Yo, come on, man. Don't disrespect my man like that. But for real though,
Yeah,
bro, like if they not having this money to pay Jesse, how are we gonna pay Judah? How are we gonna pay
yeah,
JJ? How are you gonna pay
yeah.
recruits that are coming in? Because bro, how are you gonna get transfers in from the portal, bro? Because regardless of what level they're coming from, they're gonna expect some type of bread. And I'm talking about if you're trying to get a high level dude, you better get high level six figures on the table for these dudes. 50,000, 100,000, not going to do it. And if you got, three or four of those guys on the team, bro, you got that's $2 million right there that you're gonna have to have. You know what I mean? Like, and now we get into you're making more than the assistant coaches. You're making more than the head assistant coaches. So it's a lot of different shit that comes into play, man. I mean, the game is changed forever, bro. Like, first and
Forever.
foremost, what you have to secure as a program now, and I think colleges should have been getting ready for this because they knew it was coming. They knew it was already here this year. It was already here. So they knew what time it was, right? I think some schools might have not have thought like, oh, we could keep these kids based off, they fuck with us or, we got them better, whatever. Bro, me and you grew up in a different era. Like that's what our morals were based off of loyalty. Like I'm going to a
Yep.
school where I get along with the coaches. I'm gonna get playing time. They gonna get me better. That's what we looking at. We looking at this at that, right? So like when you talk about we see it from both sides. Our era was totally different. Our perspective was totally different, bro. How we grew up. This era,
Yeah, no, 100%.
they don't have a different perspective. This era, this is what it is.
It is what it is, exactly.
So what? This is what they expect, and this is what it's gonna be. And if you don't got it, my guy Joe, he out real quick. But look, if you don't have it, you're gonna be on the back burner for these guys. Sorry, Joe, you just went out for a second. If you don't have it, you're gonna be on the back burner, bro. I don't give a fuck if Miami of Ohio is recruiting. If they got 500,000 for you, that's where they're going, bro. First of all, you see these guys getting to the league, getting to high level overseas from any school. It don't matter where you're going, bro. Motherfuckers,
Yep.
if you can play, motherfuckers is gonna see that you can play, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Exactly.
just how it is. So, but bro, NIL bag group got to be secured, yo. And look, we just behind the ball, yo. We really behind the ball, and I love all those guys up there for sure. But something got to happen quick, bro, in a minute because we're gonna be struggling. And I don't care how good you know basketball, how many motherfuckers you know in your area that you got a relationship with, the kids who played on your AAU team. Man, that shit don't mean nothing, man. That shit don't, Joe, that shit don't mean nothing. If you don't got the bet,
It don't.
if you don't got the, and my thing is, so now, it was a big article yesterday about Syracuse, losing their big time donor, Adam Weissman. It was made a big deal. He's not going to be giving any NIL money. He's not going to be bringing any celebrities to the court side. I mean, whatever with that. That's not a fucking big deal. But what is a big deal is how didn't you sit down and have a conversation? 10 to 15 minutes, because the article said they never talked. Like it was just kind of like, the chancellor wasn't fucking with them. You got to get the fuck on. In today's landscape of college sports, how don't you sit down and just tell them like, no, listen, we have to tone it down a little bit. We can't keep bringing in these people courtside. You bringing too much attention to us, even if it's good attention. It's the attention is bringing the NCAA in to investigate more. You know what I mean? So any little fucking thing that you do wrong, they gonna be on it. So like you just gotta come. Yeah, but as a chancellor, as the AD, whatever, whoever is in this meeting, you know what I'm saying, coaches, whatever, y'all gotta We want you on board. We love what you're doing for the university. You helping out. We just can't have you do it so loudly. You feel what I'm saying? Like you can't
Nah,
do
for
it so
sure, bro.
loudly. Like play back a little bit, and we love. But now you don't have that. My question is, how the fuck you ain't have 4 or 5 of those motherfuckers like that? Like you know what I'm saying? Like I just the whole situation is kind of like mind boggling to me because the history that Syracuse basketball has and how many people love Syracuse basketball. And I knew it was going to be a transition, from obviously from Coach Boeheim to Coach Red. And I knew it was going to be a transition because of the NIL and how that was going to really affect things and affect, recruiting and all that. But how are we not prepared for that? You know what I'm saying, Joe? Like I'm not, and again, like I might not be. No, I'm in. I know what's going on a little, but I might not be know all the little intricates and all the little shit, the details like that might be holding guys back from doing what they got to do. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, yo, this is some shit that should have been. We should have been nipped this in the butt. And because now it's an uphill battle. You got less than a month to the portal closes, bro. You should just go take any motherfucker now. Like for the say, you need a big, you need a forward. You don't know if Judah's coming back. You Joe Girard gone, Samir gone. I mean,
yeah, it's a tough position to be put in. It's tough. And you got to think, bro, for me, this is a Power 5 conference, obviously the ACC, and I'm sure, I just don't see how, and I don't know how NIL works, if it's boosters only, if it's whoever, but there has to be enough, and I'm not pocket watching. I don't like to count people's change, but there has to be enough boosters, alum that are in place to, help out the program. You know what I mean? Like instead of putting it on one person, to make up the bulk of all the NIL money. You know what I mean? There has to be someone. Like how does Duke have? Duke is no more of a basketball program than Syracuse is.
And they private too. Like so, it's a private university just like Syracuse. So I get when they say in state schools, bigger schools. Duke a private school.
Yep. And they say college. Like when you think Syracuse basketball, for the longest time, even today, they won't say they won't bring up football as why people go to Syracuse. The main attraction is usually the basketball program. So knowing what it is with the NILs and knowing how recruits are playing it, parents are playing it, other schools know, hey, it's not just the programs and the bells and whistles anymore. You could have a shitty facility. The Mello Center ain't going to do it no more. Shout out to Mello for providing us that great facility.
And that shit back, yo, bro, that shit ain't even compared to like some other shit, Kansas, Kentucky. Bro, that shit's some high school shit. I mean, and I'm just not trying to downplay shit. It's just, that's the reality, yo. I know this for a fact.
No, for sure. And that's what it is now. It's like, okay, cool. The dome, all the little recruitment tools that they could have used to get you to come to Syracuse is not going to work any longer. It's like, okay, the Mello Center, cool. Yeah, you got the underground treadmill, get you back. Okay, boom. Shout out to Kabilis. He got a nice weight room. Boom. That's cool. The dome, all right. Boom. But all right, let's get down to the meat and potato. How much money could you get me? All right. Okay, that's what you're working with. Okay, let me go ahead to West Virginia, see what they got. Let me go ahead to Duke and Clemson. Let's see what's going on, because that's what's really going to matter at the end of the day. Unfortunately, kids got to take a business approach. I mean, you have an agent in college now. You got people that you can consult with to get the. You know what I'm saying?
Parents are involved heavy, Joe. They're involved heavy now with the
parents are involved heavily.
Come on, depending on where you're coming from, your situation. Even if the kid like you, parents is gonna be there. Hold on now, you know what's going on, right?
Yeah, like you might want to reconsider. It's an extra zero over here.
Yo, the parents are involved super heavy now when they see that type of money coming out of here, bro. For real. And what about my man, like the recruits? What about the kid Elijah Moore? He had NILs coming from Adam Weissman. Like, what happens there? You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of what happens, like what if, what's going to happen type shit going. You know what I mean? And the thing that really is fucking me up damn, how this shit get out public like that, man? I mean, how you have a fucking article out there like that from my man, like really shitting on the university low key? You know what I'm saying? Like, because it was a lot of back and forth. Like he said, it was like a childish article. Like you know what I mean? Like, but how does it get out, man? Where everybody know everybody the business, what's going on? Because now.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't see Kentucky having this problem or Kansas or Duke, and if they did, it wouldn't be out in the public like that for motherfuckers to know. Now, this is killing our recruiting, man. Man, this is killing our recruiting now, man. Like now basically people
like just unstable or some shit.
Or Cuse ain't got no NIL money. That you ain't got to say shit else. But bro, this is not only for basketball; it's for football. These motherfuckers who left Syracuse football, Ohio State, LSU broke them off a bag.
Yeah,
bro, how are you going to compete in college sports? Like, yes, you need a great coach. Yes, you need it, bro. The game has changed now, man. Like, you need that NIL money, a group, not just one person. Because look what happens when you have one person. You make a motherfucker mad or whatever it is, he out of there. Now what you left with?
And he taking all his bread with him.
And really going to another school and doing some shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's just it's sad, but
and I hate to see it, bro. It's sad, yeah. Like you said, I was about to say it. I hate to see it because at the end of the day, I want to see the program do well. Obviously, bro, being an alum, being part of the program's history, being like I'm very invested. Even today, you know what I'm saying. As much as I've been removed from playing there for 10, however many years. I want to see the program grow. I want to see another trip to the national championship. Like, I want that for us, and for us to be in this game, which is it's a whole new landscape, and I'm sure it's different for everybody on the staff, and it's different. It's something that you got to adjust to, but we got to get the ball rolling. We got to figure out, and I don't know how it is that it works, and how do you find boosters to be willing to put up X amount of dollars to compete? What the return on investment is. I don't know any of that stuff, but I do know that we can't continue to lose recruits or players. You know what I'm saying? Due to money, we gotta be able to compete, and not just.
How can you get McDonald's All-Americans, bro? If you're a McDonald's All-American, and what do you think a price tag on a McDonald's All-American would be now? Like, what's the lowest you could give a McDonald's All-American?
Them boys already got NIL money in high school, so they coming in. Yeah, you're right. That's a minimum of like $350 to $400. They want out the gate.
Out the gate, bro. And then think about this, Joe. This is year by year. This is year by year, Joe. So this is like, all right, I'm getting this bag for 1 year. What y'all got for me my next year? Because if not, I'm out. Yeah. I'm going to Kentucky. They giving me $8.
Yep.
Y'all just gave me $650. Yep. They giving me $150 more. Kentucky, you ain't got this bag for me again? What y'all got? You know what I mean? You could probably only do it for like 2 years for real, because if you getting it like killing like that, you out of there. You know what I'm saying? You going to the league. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But for those 2 years, bro, like, it's year by year now. Ain't no guys aren't staying based on the relationship with their coaches no more. And let me say this, let me correct myself, because it probably are some, Joe. It's some, like, but not many if you're smart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, if you're smart, you're going to get the bag, you setting yourself up. There's no more amateur sports, bro. Unless you high school with lower, that's it. It's no more amateur sports, bro. It's and you know what? The players have the power, bro. The players have the power now, which is, I think, a good thing, right? But you're gonna have to like tinker with shit and figure shit out, because like it's gonna be so much like one guy gets 800, the next guy's getting 2,500.
Bro, but you know what it is, right? Kids, with them having the power, they gotta be. It's like irrational sometimes, bro, because you giving them the power, and what is a kid gonna do? It starts in-house. Let's just say, for instance, and I spoke about this before. If you average 16 a game, and I average, a little bit more or a little bit less, and I see you getting 200-300 more thousand than me, I'm mad at that. Low key, on the low, you my teammate, and I want the best for you, but it has to be. Kids are gonna start talking about the fairness. You know what I mean? Like now, it's not like shit. It ain't fair. I'm not getting no playing time. It's like shit. Fuck that. He's getting more bread than me, and I think I'm just as valuable.
What about I'm making more than you as a yo, as a college player? I'm making more than my assistant coach, yo. Some people are, and not in a lot of instances, but some. So how is that? How is that gonna go, bro? Like, how?
It's a crazy dynamic. It's a crazy dynamic, and it's wild. And I'm glad that obviously, I'm not a coach in today's landscape because it's tough. You got to be those meetings that we used to have to that coach used to do, and all those tuxedo wearing events, and the luncheon and all this other shit to try to get money for the program. Oh, that ain't gonna cut it.
I ain't fucking with it. And this a guy named Tom. He said, "Aren't the kids supposed to broker their own NIL deals?" Yeah, they do. The schools doesn't.
Baycott is making $1 million. Holy
Come on,
shit.
bro. North Carolina got them. They got them down. They got them down there. But like, yes, the kids are supposed to broker their own deals. That's why me and Joe said they got, kids have agents now. They have NIL groups and agencies or whatever it is. So the school can't get in the way of what's going on. Like, all right, this kid getting 500,000 and you fucking with him and he ain't feeling you, man, he might say fuck you and sit out. Depending on the contract of his NIL deal, like, because it could be he got this deal with this car dealership. You know what I'm saying? Unless they're great friends with, the coaches in the university, it ain't gonna make a difference to that guy. You know what I'm saying? Unless he really, is invested in the universe. It's just a lot of different shit that could go on, man. And like I said, I like that the power is being shifted to the kids, but at the same time, it's a lot of shit that you have to figure out, because it's going to be a lot as we get deeper into this in the years. It's going to be a lot of disgruntled coaches and players. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, it's just, but bro, and that's why you see these other guys getting out for real. Like, you see like Coach K and Coach Boeheim and Williams, and these guys don't want to have to deal with this because it's already getting to where, like, the players are like, and I don't want to say
disrespectful, really about the coach and the program.
So they don't. The level of respect for the coaches, bro, has gone down. You feel what I'm saying? Because now, like, these kids are coming up. They didn't fucking know who you were, what you did back in 2000. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
They don't even. Facts. They don't know that shit. They see what they see. LeBron James, the guys, Ja Morant, all those guys right now, they don't fucking know when you won a championship in 91. Mm-hmm. They fucking wasn't even born yet. You know what I mean? Right. So the dynamic has totally changed, and I don't know, the NIL is created a monster, yo.
Gen B, she just said this went way too far. Emphasis on way. I agree. Way too far, too fast, and there was no guardrails. That's a fact. They should have put some guidelines, which I believe once they see how insane it's getting, I don't know who's behind the NILs and all this other stuff, bro, but they're going to have to put up some guidelines and kind of box this shit in just so it can make sense again where, bro, because top schools with no, and you're not going to get any recruits. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to hurt the program, take money out of the universities, and that's where the problem is going to start to begin. Like, the universities are going to start losing out on money because ain't nobody going to fuck with a losing program. You know what I'm saying? So there has to be, bro, like some type guidelines where, okay, here's your fucking salary cap, if that's what you want to have to put on some shit.
But it can't come from the university, Joe. Like, so the money, so like, say like, okay, Q's got probably almost $2 billion endowment, right? I think the most in the country is like Harvard or something. They got like 30 billion endowment for the school, right? So Q's is like 1.8, maybe 2 billion, whatever. None of that money can come from that to pay the players. None of it, because because NIL can't have anything to do with the school. It's totally separate.
With the
you feel what I'm saying? So you have to. So basically, it is like how many really a lot of friends you got that got that bag. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it is. So like you look at these down south, all these Texas got the oil, the gas, North Carolina, all these down south, LSU. They've had these guys already a part of the Miami, talking about a guy from Miami. He could pay for everyone to do anything. It doesn't even matter. That's one guy. He could pay for all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So
it's a fact.
It's the reality of what we're in, bro. The landscape of college sports. And if you can't get with it, it's over for you as a program. You know what I'm saying? It's over, bro. And that's just, I don't care how many top-notch coaches you get, you know, you're not going to get the players, bro, if you don't have the bread, if you don't have the group. Yeah. Like even if the university doesn't have anything to do with it, right? And let's be real, they do. They talking to people about trying to get shit together because it's people's jobs on the line. People's jobs on the line now, bro. Like when sports are doing bad, people's jobs are on the line, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like, why wouldn't this past season? Why isn't the administrator or somebody up there trying to get some shit together? Not saying they weren't, but why isn't it something? We shouldn't even be in this situation at this point right now. It's too late. It's too late to be in this situation. Is it done with? No, we're not done with. We can make shit happen, but I'm just saying, bro, to have your first year head coach be put in this situation, that's fucked up, bro.
It's insane.
That's fucked up because he got so much other shit.
Right.
Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead.
No, yeah, I was with you because he got so much other shit going. You know, it's your first year as a head coach. You got other things going on. You got to think about shit. Now you add in the fact shit. We just last week we thought we were having Jesse back. This week he's leaving. You know what I'm saying? So I tell you what, shit. If he left 300 on the table, you might as well give that to make sure, you know, ensure maybe you still have that bread and make sure you divvy up between whoever else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Unless that was specifically for Jesse. And now it's like, okay, if he's not coming back, shit, nah, we're taking our money back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how these guys are going to act, man, but we got to figure out something. Because all that's going to keep happening is we're going to keep missing out. Kids are going to like the school. Kids are going to fuck with red.
No doubt. That's bro. 100%. If it was like that, we'd be straight. It's no not doubt. Like that. No,
kids
more,
are gonna fuck with red. They're gonna fuck with the culture. They're gonna fuck with his vision, his philosophies. I know that for a fact.
That's not a question. That's not a question that we had. We know
that's not even a question. But now, if you don't have my chicken, I'm gonna have to heavily reconsider wanting to come to Syracuse University just based off of money. And it's crazy because, like you said, there's not going to be any loyalty in this shit. There's not going to be loyalty unless you fucking as a kid. All right, cool. Okay, Q's don't have that much NIL money. All right, solid. I'm going to go to Syracuse. I'm going to kill. Then I'm going to leave after 1 year anyway, enter the portal, and I'm going to go get what I wanted.
But it's still always that chance that you get hurt, Joe. Like that's what people are going to say. Like what if you get hurt? Now you got this nest egg, rehab for a year or two, go jump back in, try to hoop, but you got the bread. Like it's, I just don't. And Joe, like again, like we're from a different era, bro. Like loyalty is like it means a lot to us. Like and these kids now, this generation, they ain't no loyalty, bro. Ain't no loyalty. And we can start with fucking kids going to 9 different high schools, going to fucking playing on 3-4 different AAU teams, having 6, 7, 8 different trainers. How the fuck? You know what I'm saying? How can you even build on something by transferring 6 times? Even in college, yo.
Facts.
Some of these kids are going onto their 3rd, 4th school, bro. Like, like I get it. You get in the bag, all right. You know, all the moving and shit took care of. Boom, you just got to hop into your apartment. I get that, but for me, that would be a headache just doing all that shit, all the changing. You know, having to meet
new program, new coach. Yeah, come on.
It's some overseas shit, bro. It's some overseas shit now. Right or wrong, Joe, it's some overseas shit. Like, okay. If you overseas, if you're gonna grind it out for that year, if you do good, I'm looking to leave that team to another team who has more brand, and usually that's what happens. And that's what, because it's never really 2-year contracts, right? It's always usually 1, unless you sign, 2-year 1 million
Yeah,
or
unless
something,
you with
whatever.
fucking Milan or some shit, Sheska, and you sign a 2-year 1.7 or some shit like that, or whatever it may be,
Exactly.
1.8 or whatever. You know what I mean? But other than that, you going from year to year. Like I was 9 years overseas, 8, whatever it was. I didn't play for the same team twice. Every year I went to a different country or the same country, just different team. And I was like, shit, here I am. Different uniform. I'm seeing it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what
And
it
that's
is.
how this
Okay,
is
I'm going to
now.
do what's best for me contractually. Yeah, bro. Like you said, different era. And I'm sure it's fucking mind boggling for a guy like, our era is closer than what Red's era was, what G Max era was, Griff's
Yeah.
era. So they're probably like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like they understand. Everybody understands it. What's going on? Like at surface level, we know NIL, but when you dive deep, you're like, how the fuck is this college basketball now? Although I always believe that kids should get paid for their NIL. I believe that because when I'm on Marshall Street, when I come back and I see them jerseys, with the last names on the back. And it's like the kids are getting paid for that as opposed to when it was no jerseys, no names on the back, but it's hella 32s in the dome, but I'm not seeing nothing out of it. That shit made me mad,
No
right?
doubt.
So I like the fact that you could get paid for that. But it's like shit at the same time, bro, as a staff, I'm sure they're like, God damn, where has college basketball gone? Like there had to have been a way that we could have came up with a better type solution. Because initially I'm like, yo, NIL shit's gonna be all right. But now I'm seeing how much pressure it's putting on staffs, on programs to like not only recruit the best, but be able to compensate you the best as well. So you're competing with maybe a school who is not as prestigious but has more money, and I'm gonna lose out on a kid because of that. It's crazy.
Eventually, Joe, they gonna have to do it to where the schools can be involved. You feel what I'm saying? Because if you just doing
Yeah,
it from the outside, it's like the wild, wild west. Like you could get any amount of money. You feel what I'm
no
saying? I'm not
question.
saying that we want you to get what you worth. Like I'm not saying you getting too much. If he gonna give you $1 million, that's what you fucking worth. You feel what I'm saying? Like, who are we to say like you not worth that? If he gonna give it to you, and obviously somebody think you worth that, bro. So and better
Facts.
on you for that. You know what I'm saying? But to really regulate shit, the NCAA got to do it. The NCAA already fucking terrible. It's horrible. They're horrible. They're corrupt. All the shit they do is terrible. They making billions a year, and you telling me you can't pay them. You can't give the schools money and pay these kids. They got to broker their own shit. That's bullshit. That's
Yeah,
bullshit right there.
yeah,
That's why they corrupt this shit. But it has to come down to the schools doing it and regulating it, and then they got to do it based on the player's value. Like obviously, if Judah and Jesse gonna get more money than a kid that's not playing, that's just how it is, man. That's just how it's gonna go.
yeah,
You know what I mean? But they have to do it through the schools so they could be able to broker that. All right, Jesse, your worth according to so and so is 700K. Here you go. You know what I'm saying? Judah, yours is 8. Here you go.
yeah,
My man, walk on. You get 20. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, you should be happy you're getting fucking 5. You know what I'm saying? That's
yeah.
just how it is. But for real, bro. And then let's just be real. Like if I'm getting that much, you good. You ain't even got to spend none of your bread that
Yeah,
year. You know what I'm saying? We going out to eat.
no
I got
question.
all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's. But to regulate anything, bro, because this is the wild, wild west right now, man. It's the wild, wild west. If you don't got somebody who is in your back pocket, got that big bread, or you got great relationships with somebody, because bro, because how does it look? You got to go ask them, hey, we need 500,000. You think you can give it to me? We need it for this. But that's not an easy fucking ask to motherfuckers. Like
Hell no,
people
it's
just think
not.
you could do it right away like this. Man, I don't give a fuck how much money somebody got. You're not just gonna go to somebody and they just, hey, yeah, here goes 500, no problem. Like it's gonna be a
Right, right.
process.
Here, let me just sign the check. Nah, hell no.
It's gonna be a process through that whole time. And I want to but playing devil's advocate, Syracuse knew this was coming and they knew what time it was, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like they knew what time it was. Like but we talked about my man Adam being done before. We said that before this even came out a long time ago, right?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
if we fucking
Yep.
knew,
About
they
a couple
fucking
weeks
knew.
ago.
They knew before we did. You know what I'm saying? So, but even then, like during the season, this shit should already be in play, yo. This shit already
For
like
next
getting to
year,
shit.
you gotta be some steps ahead of this shit. You gotta get ahead
It's
of
some
this.
fault on both sides, bro. It's some fault on both sides, yo. And, you know, and as far as like the Weitzman and the Syracuse, yeah, both were at fault. You know what I mean? Just for not coming together and talking. You know what I'm saying? Having that conversation. You know what I mean? I think probably obviously Syracuse is gonna be hurting more than he is. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he good. Syracuse is feeling it for real. So like they should have came together and had it. But that's my whole thing, Joe. Is like how hasn't this already been established and already been ready to go? Because you knew this time was gonna come, and you knew this is the
Facts.
situation of what it was. Now it's just like it's a lot of shit that gotta happen. It's a lot of shit that gotta happen. Like, and you think Judah ain't seeing all this shit from LA working out? He calling his
Yeah, he
agent
seen
right
it.
now, calling his mom, dad, calling him right now. Like, yo, like, first of all, you coming back, you ain't got your center. You ain't got your guy who's running the floor for you. You know, opening the court up, opening your drives up. You know, holding you down defensively in the middle. You ain't got that, so that hurts you a little bit right there. And you hearing that he getting that amount of bread? Hold on, now. If he can get that, I could definitely get it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I would probably be like, shit. I would, truthfully, I probably, if I'm Judah, I'm like, shit. It ain't a guarantee that I'm a first rounder. Do I really want to go to the G League route and make, whatever it is that they make, or do
still
I want
six
to go
figures, I
ahead and
think.
put
I
my
think
name
it's
in the
six
portal?
figures. Is it six figures, Joe?
G League? Shit, I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. I don't even want to say what it was when I was there. Shit, it was some
Man, that
bullshit.
shit, motherfucker, lunch money. They was giving you lunch money. They was giving
You
you.
know what
I
I'm
know that's
saying?
what they was giving
So,
me. Shit,
shit,
lunch
it
money.
was different for sure. But do I want to come back to school and to the portal, which I hope the fuck he doesn't. If this was the case, however it go, I'm hoping that Cuse could, or whoever could find some NIL money for him where he's comfortable enough to come to school. But at the end of the day, you still want to be able to compete, right? And like you said, Jesse made so much things. He facilitated so much things on both ends of the floor. But you still got to think. I come back to school, still JJ, still there. You see what I'm saying? Or like, if they
But
could
he gonna
find,
ask for some bread too, bro. You don't think he was guaranteed some bread to come here?
yeah, facts for
That's what
sure.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Come on, man. I'm just speaking. This is what it is. Like, come on, man. Like, at that guy, he was
Yeah,
all ACC as a freshman. He's a top player. There's no top players in college basketball that's not getting any bread right now.
that's a fact.
It's just what it is. So why am I going to be the only one that's not?
Yeah, yeah. Why do I
I'm
have to
not.
fucking suffer? You know what I'm saying? Why I got to be the only one?
I'm not going to
Nah,
be
for
the only
sure, bro.
one.
You got a great point. That's a great point. You gonna make sure. I'm like, shit. If this is what it is, I'm a double dip. I'm back in the portal. You know.
And shit, if you really got to do some shit, coaches might have to pony up 20 racks each. Shit, 20 racks each. Let's
Something.
start it off. I mean, shit, y'all been getting paid for a while like that. And I don't want to say that because I don't want to dig into everybody's pockets because that's not what it is. But
And this is just us trying to be creative, trying to figure out a
no
way. Shit,
doubt.
how could you do it? But I mean, it's like shit. We gotta figure something out, bro. We gotta figure something out.
Because, bro, look about who's coming back now. We think about who's coming back. I mean, I'm not counting Judah because we don't know if he's coming back. I thought Jesse and Judah would for sure be coming back because I thought, like, NIL wouldn't have been no issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we don't know if we got Judah. Who the fuck is going to be the start one if we don't have? So now insert Copeland at the one. You got JJ at the two. It may be. You got Chris Bell at the three. You got Benny at the four. And you got Hema at the five. You know what I'm saying? Now that's five. Now let's look at the backup. I don't fucking know at the point guard who the fuck the backup is. I don't know fucking at the two who the fucking, I'm saying Justin Taylor. Okay.
Justin. Yeah.
Malik Brown at the 4.
Yeah.
Peter
Malik fuck
Carey
around started the 5.
Yeah.
But either way,
I ain't even going through it no more. I ain't going through the fucking roster. That shit
Yeah.
that shit ain't it. That shit ain't it. That shit ain't it, man. And it's, I don't know, man. We speaking from like, because we, you know, this is in our blood. Cuse is in our blood. Like orange is in our blood. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it is a little discouraging seeing it. You know what I'm saying? Because like, damn, because you just know it's an uphill battle, bro. It's an uphill battle from here.
Very tough.
Because you got less than a month in the portal, Joe.
Yeah.
You got less than a month in the portal. You ain't had one guy come.
But I know they're working them phones. I'm telling you, fucking telemarketing.
Oh, no
I know they're working the phones.
And guess what? The first question is,
you gotta work that. Yo, exactly. What you got for me? And I don't even want no fucking gear, Shros. What you got for me? You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
hey,
be like,
shout out to our first time and our last time listeners. Long time, first time, might be our last time listeners, but Q's Vegas, this is the first time I'm seeing you in here. But she coming in with a lot of some insight. Saying that Adam left because Boeheim left.
Hell no, that ain't why. Hell no, that ain't why. They talk about, he quoted him, I'm a man of very few hobbies, but my one true love is supporting my best friend, Coach Boeheim, and the Syracuse basketball team. Oh, goddamn. Motherfucker Ben said he was his best friend forever. Man, that shit, he was... Motherfucker called a lot of people his best friend, yo. That shit don't mean nothing, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but look, did Boeheim ever say that back? I don't think I ever heard Boeheim. I don't think Boeheim was quoted saying that.
Hey, motherfucker, like, what? What? The fuck?
Best friend.
I ain't fucking. He just fucking met you. He's fucking met you. Fucking. Yo, it's just. But again, bro, like, if you're relying on one guy, look what the position that we in, man. You know, and it's sad because and the thing that was it was messy. It started getting messy. How the fuck Boeheim went out? It kind of started from there, yo. Just a little bit as far as like the exit, how it was, like how we seen Coach talking like, oh, that shit ain't going down how it's supposed to be going down. You know what I'm saying? You just you could see it, and then from that point on, bro,
Boeheim was on some funny shit. I never said that. He said I thought you guys understood. I gave my my farewell speech at like what? Nah, it was all type of shit. It was wild, bro. It was wild. I didn't like that.
Coach in the back of his head, like, I told y'all motherfuckers it'd be difficult. It'd be difficult when this motherfucker. It'd be difficult when I'm out with this motherfucker. Y'all don't, okay? Y'all wait. I'm gonna be on Skinny Atlas in my $5 million home, sitting on the lake with my toes out. Mm-hmm. And I told y'all.
Yeah, I'm on them jet skis. Coach gonna be on them jet skis with a Pepsi in the cup holder. He don't go.
Oh man, I hope we see a fucking meme coming out. One time with Coach fucking with a Pepsi with a fucking with one hand on the motherfucking jet ski. Oh, he got a fucking yo, bro. But all serious, it's tough, bro. And in all seriousness, man, like it's just the way of the world for real now too. Like if you ain't got that bread for me, bro, I don't give a fuck. Like, and for me, like, so like, I can say this about me and you, Joe. Like, I'll never let no bread get in the way of like how like my or friendship. Never. Like, it wouldn't even matter. I'm not going to change up. If anything, I'm gonna break you off and give you half. Like that's a fact.
It's Friends Day. It ain't Wednesday. It's Friends Day, and that's a fact. Man, I already know that.
And you'll never have to worry about that with me. Like, we straight. What you mean? Are you doing the show by yourself? Nah, hell no. I need my man with me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how we do it. Like that's how we do. You see a motherfucker calling you a best friend for every day doing this. The minute a motherfucker got something going, see ya. Yeah, I'm saying we build a little bit different. We build different. We build. You ain't got to deal
Yeah,
with that shit. Ain't.
different.
You know what I'm saying? So like, and with that being said, we always going to be supporting Syracuse. We going to be supporting Red. We going to be supporting Griffin, GMAC, and all those guys up there. And I know we're in a tough situation, but I promise you, I'm gonna try to help and do all that I can and reach out to people that I know. You know what I'm saying? Even if I don't agree with some of the shit that's going on up there and how they doing shit and how they working, because I don't. I'm just gonna be real. I don't agree with how some of the shit is going up there and how they handling shit. I think it's wrong. You feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, those are my guys, and I'm never and they know that too. And I'll tell it to them. You know what I'm saying? I know, but they'll never lose my support. They'll never lose my support though, and I'm gonna try to help them the best that I can. You know, to put them back in the position that they need to be, because, bro, they're a part of what built Syracuse basketball. Yo, all those coaches on that staff, besides my man who just came in, all of them built Syracuse basketball. Coach Red,
That's
Coach
a fact.
GMAC, Coach Griff.
Brick by brick.
So, and you don't think they feeling some type of way right now? Like they feeling fucked up a little bit? Yeah, they feeling fucked up. You know what I mean? And so, if anything, they need our support, bro, from the fans, you know, from the former players. Like we got to get on board and try to help them as much as we can, because when wintertime comes, we all love Syracuse basketball. Me and you, Joe, do we want to be talking on this show all day about fucking losing every time and all the negative shit? We don't want to fucking talk about that.
Nah, fuck no.
It doesn't make it fun for us.
No.
We want to be able to talk about winning and improving and, you know, shit like that. Shit that and we want to be able to have positive the fans engage with us. Fans engaging positively, not fucking negative shit like we talking about today. You know, today is just, we had to talk about it because this is what's going on. You know what I mean? But we're I don't know if the coach is listening today, if they're not, but bro, we supporting you. You know, me and Griff, we talk, you know what I'm saying? We had our differences, whatever. It's always love for Griff, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's for all those guys up there. I'm gonna try to support those guys.
Red,
all those, Griff, man. Like, because it's more than basketball, yo. Like we've been to each other's houses, like we've hung out with each other's families, like. It's more than hoop, bro. Are we gonna get upset sometimes and disagree? Hell yeah. Motherfucker, I'm not the same as you. You're not the same as me. We gonna have a difference of
opinions.
But we gotta respect. I respect the fact that we can have those differences of opinion and still come back together, bro. That's why we friends. That's why we real fucking friends. Like that's why I'm kind of upset about the rift that's going on up there, because if you really had a relationship with Syracuse, that shit wouldn't have went down like that. You would have reached out to a motherfucker instead of been like having an article about it. That shit disrespect. How you gonna have an article about that shit, man? You really that hurt the program. That hurt the program putting that shit in the paper.
Yeah, no facts. Come talk to me. Come talk to us. Whatever it may be.
Maybe that's what a motherfucker wanted, Joe. Maybe that's what a motherfucker wanted, Joe. You know, people are spiteful. I don't know, bro. But that wasn't a good look on the program, man. And you can say whatever you want about me. Say bad thing. I don't get that shit. Don't matter to me. I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna make sure.
But it's the truth. It don't look good if you out here telling motherfuckers that the program has no bread. They wanted XYZ from me. People are seeing that. You could Google Syracuse basketball and that shit will come up. Now as a potential recruit, you know what we live in? We live in a tech world, bro. A kid is going to go straight to Syracuse basketball. All them fucking articles going to come up. Okay, let's see.
And then you're reposting all the shit. Motherfuckers reposting all of them. Come on, yo. Come on, man. Chat. I mean... again, man, we really appreciate you. Yeah, Devo said there were lawyers involved in the Yeah, I heard that too. But we appreciate, man, this chat every Wednesday for real. And just kind of engage with us. And look, you see what we're passionate about, what we're talking about. We're passionate about Syracuse. And we're never going to hold our tongue or hold back. And some people might not like it. Some people, might feel some type of way. You better hit that motherfucking X button on the corner of your computer. Or your
Bye.
phone. You see. This shit ain't. I don't care. Shit. I mean, that's what makes it a good show. We ain't gonna sugarcoat
Yeah,
shit for
no,
you.
for sure.
Ain't nobody in my ear telling me what to do, telling me what to say. They guess what they said, Joe. Go out there, go out there and fucking do your thing. We're not gonna be
That's it.
disrespectful, but we gonna be honest. But we
We
gonna
gonna
be
talk our
honest, man.
talk.
And so, Joe, we got 4 minutes left, man. We'll get off topic NIL and kind of end on a more positive note. So we did see the NBA playoffs start last night. All right, with the playing games, I think, right? We got the Hawks beat the Heat.
Yeah, we got
the Lakers.
playing.
Yeah, playing. Lakers beat the T-Wolves. I think maybe that it was the only two games on tonight. But
Tonight, yeah, last night was
who is
that.
it?
Tonight we got Raptors, Bulls, and Pelicans. Pelicans versus somebody. Fuck, I forget.
Pelicans are in the West, right? Yeah, they're in
Yeah.
the West, man. They're in the West. So who's your winner, bro? Who you got winning the NBA championship? Who's your two teams, East West? Who you got?
You know, I would be crazy not to say the Phoenix Suns go make it out the West. You got KD shooting. He shot whatever 55, 40, 90.
That's
You know what I'm
unreal,
saying?
yo.
And he not even getting to the basket like he used to. So he's shooting
All
all
mid-range
middies.
shit.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And then you got D Book, who could get to a basket as well. You know, very talented young man. And then, of course, you got the one engineering it, CP. And then, you know, you plug in Aiton, who's good. You got Craig, I forget his name. You know, they got a good supporting cast, great supporting cast. So out the West, I definitely have the Suns. And out the East,
Damn, you went out. Damn, you went out. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. All right, Q Sports Talk. It looks like we have
Q
some
Sports Talk. It looks like we have
technical issues. We appreciate you coming on.
We appreciate you coming on.
10 to 11, we had some good talk.
10 to
NIL.
11, we had.
It looks like we signing off. We